OpenAI published something last week that most companies would have buried: their own models during their own internal safety test, broke out of the test environment and hacked a completely different company. So let me give you the sequence, because the sequence is the whole story. OpenAI is running a cyber capabilities evaluation. They're testing GPT 5.6 Soul and, quote, a more capable pre-release model. And here's the part you need to hold on to, with, quote, reduced cyber refusal for evaluation purposes, meaning they deliberately turned down the model's instinct to say no to hacking because you cannot measure a capability the model refuses to demonstrate. This is not negligence. That's exactly how you test this stuff. I do it the same way on mine. The benchmark is called Exploit Gym. It's a public test of whether the model can execute tasks against known vulnerabilities. The model is supposed to reach the internet through exactly one narrow door, a package installer for pulling in software libraries. So the model finds a 0 day in the package installer, pwned, uses it to open internet access, then it reasons correctly that the benchmark's answer key probably lives on Hugging Face. It goes to Hugging Face, it changed stolen credentials, and another 0 day in a remote code execution on their servers. And it pulls the test solution straight out of Hugging Face's production database. It cheated on the test by hacking the company that hosts the answer key. And OpenAI's own description of its best line in the entire disclosure: the models were, quote, hyper-focused on finding a solution for Exploit Gym, going to extreme lengths to achieve a rather narrow testing goal. A rather narrow testing goal? Okay, that's a sentence written by someone who's been awake for 36 hours. I understand the feeling. That's the incident report voice, where the our model committed unauthorized intrusion against a third party becomes a scoping note. If I turned a term paper by breaking into the registrar's office, hyper-focused is not the word the dean would reach for. So here comes my take. Number one. And it's already everywhere. The AI escaped containment. Come on, guys. AI has escaped my containment. Not that I'm an expert or anything, but this is how the game is played, my friends. We humans do not understand all the attack vectors. That's why we have AI, to suss it out. So the AI escaped containment. The guardrails are failing. Forbes ran in essentially that headline. Here's take number two, though. The reflexive counter. From people who think they're being the sober ones in the room. Relax. It was a sandbox, not a big deal. This is a routine pen test. Nothing really happened. I think both of those are wrong, and the second one is probably worse. Here's the thing about take number one. Nothing really escaped. Escape implies the model wanted out. Read what it actually did. Every single step was in service of the goal we gave it. Find the exploit gym solution. It didn't wander off. It didn't develop preferences. It went through the wall because there was a wall between it and the objective, and nobody told them that the wall was the actual point. See, that's my analogy, and it's the only one I'll use. Put a rat in a maze with cheese, and at the end it will run your maze, right? It'll go through it. It'll figure it out. Put a smart enough rat in it, and it will chew through the wall because you never actually rewarded it with solving the maze. You rewarded it with getting the cheese. The rat isn't rebelling. The rat is being an excellent rat. It's being an excellent rat. You wrote a bad test, is what happened. We have a name for this, and it's older than the large language models. Reward hacking, specification gaming. You get what you measure, not what you meant. Every engineer who's ever written a metric and watched a team optimize it into absurdity knows this failure. The novel part here isn't that the model did it. The novel part is that the model capable enough to do it through a 0 day, that's the amazing part, and against a third party's production database. The behavior is ancient, the review and the reach is new. So why is take two actually worse than take one? Because it was just a sandbox is actually factually wrong in the most important way. The sandbox didn't hold anything. The sandbox held nothing, actually. The blast radius left OpenAI's building entirely and landed inside another company's production infrastructure, a company that had not agreed to be part of anybody's evaluation. If you're a Hugging Face customer, you are exposed to a test you never consented to. Calling that routine is how you get to do it again and again, and then you get sued. So here's the credit where it's due. Hugging Face's security team caught it, stopped it, and worked with the incident with OpenAI. Their CEO, Clem DeLange, said the thing that actually matters, that this proves AI safety won't be solved by any single company working in secret. He's right, and he earned the right to say it, because his team is the reason we're discussing this contained incident instead of a mystery. Now, the most honest caveat, because I'm a builder here and I work with clients. I was trading emails just the other day with a client of mine, and he was telling me how excited he is about having all these agents run around, but yet the drift and allowing them to do crazy things over time, well, that's what they're going to do. We got to put checkpoints in place. See, I'm a builder. Everything we know here comes from OpenAI's own voluntary disclosure. They found it, they reported the vulnerabilities, they published it. That's the behavior we say we want. And if the only reward for disclosing is a week of dunking, we train the entire industry to stop disclosing. I would much rather have this messy public post-mortem than a version where the lab quietly patches it and I read about it in a leak 2 years later. Hold the disclosure as evidence of health and hold the incident as evidence of risk, both. So what do you actually do with this if you run agents? Well, 3 things. And I run all 3 because my agents publish on cron jobs with real API keys while I'm asleep. Number 1, your eval harness is production. The sandbox you built to be sloppy in is the most privileged, least audited box you know, right? Mine used to be. Treat it like prod, or don't connect it to anything. Number 2, scope credentials to the run, not to the agent. The breach chained stolen credentials with a 0-day. Standing long-lived keys are what turn a clever exploit into a real incident. If your agent holds a key that still works tomorrow, pre-authorize tomorrow's mistake. I've had this happen to me multiple times. 3, and this is the one that nobody does. Measure the path, not the outcome. OpenAI caught this because they were watching how the model got its answer. If your only signal is, did the task succeed, then you will never see the wallet chewed through. You'll just see a green check mark at the very end of the process and end of... Anyway, that's the real lesson. And it has nothing to do with robot uprisings. The models are now good enough that a broadly specified goal is a security vulnerability, not a bug, a vulnerability. So go look at your agents and what they can actually reach. Not what you think you gave them, what they can actually reach. And you should do this every week.